Hey everybody, I know it's been a little bit, I ain't gonna lie to you, I originally recorded this video like a month ago. I didn't add audio at the time, and then all of a sudden coronavirus came about and a whole bunch of stuff.
These prints are older
So,
and
I've been
deeper,
working on a few other
heavily
things,
armored.
but let's just say I've been
Guardians
a little more
probably.
focused on other stuff other than, you know, recording The Witcher 3. Well, let's try and get back into it right now. See, we're going up here, following these tracks. I already know what's going to happen in this one, so I probably should do a little bit of a voiceover for now. I'm pretty sure anyone watching this knows how this goes in the beginning anyway. It's over here. We got wolves.
That stench.
Now, I always wonder when it comes to Geralt and he's talking about like wolves and other stuff like that stench. Or anything else. I mean, it seems wolves and like are a little overrepresented in The Witcher, in my opinion. Like, one, they're not really going to chase after people that much. Bears a bit more, because, okay, maybe it's a very angry bear. They're usually rarer encounters than things like wolves. Wild dogs, a bit more, because maybe they were mistreated. Makes a bit of sense. You know, I don't know why, but Witcher never really struck me as the type of game that you should be jumping in. I recently finished The Witcher 1 again, so I saved through, and The Witcher 2, working on that one.
Griffin's nest. What remains of it, at least. Corpse is a couple of weeks old. Still alive when the Griffin brought him here.
How
Took a
would
long
you
time
know they
dying.
took a long time dying? It's not like it took them a while. I mean, I get it.
Bones. Horse. Dog. Human.
Alright, see, that makes enough
A
sense.
few months
You can
worth.
see the difference in bones. But I get this with any other investigative mode in games. It's like, okay,
Female.
knowing what it looks like
Larvae in
and
her
like the
wounds
general
have already
things, okay,
hatched.
I understand why
Been dead
Geralt
at
would know
least a
that.
week.
But just like with the Arkham games,
Other
where he
Griffin
has the
must be a
computer to
male.
bring up his 3D imaging, I'm like, okay, no, I don't care how good your 3D
Deep
imaging is,
cuts
it's not
over
going
the
to be
whole
able to tell you,
body.
this is here, this
Not
is
a
here,
drop
how
of
could
blood
this
on the
have
beak or
possibly
claws.
extrapolate into this?
Didn't
At
defend
best, it'd be
herself.
like, this is the most
Crept
likely
up on her
outcome.
while she slept.
But like, especially going into just like, looks like he was fighting. No, he could have
Beak
just
tips
laid there
worn.
and died
Gray
instantly.
hairs in the coat.
If you're not seeing a huge
10,
struggle,
12 years old.
you know?
Griffins pair off for life when young. Male must be about the same age.
But I will say this much.
Thick shaft, dense barbs. A royal griffin.
I'm sorry, I get the talk.
Explains why the male I ran into was so aggressive. Hunted the Nilfgaardians down here in the forest first, then started prowling the area. Done all I could.
Like, I like
talk
how
to
you're learning
Vesemir.
more about the creatures in this. I know the big thing with The Witcher, even though he's a monster hunter, it's not about him being a monster hunter. Even in the books and whatnot, it's... See, because some of the stories are about him hunting monsters and curses and all that, but, like, it's more about his effect on the world, like any other thing. You know, his political matters here, his little decisions there. Which is interesting in its own way, because you figure, a simple premise, you are a professional monster hunter. Even if you want to add a little bit of a story to that, you know, like the series Monster Hunter. There is a story in it somewhere, but for the most part, you hunt monsters. That's it. That is obviously different in The Witcher, and I have nothing against that. But I do like the fact that you're getting to learn more about them, these little things here and there. It's interesting to me, at least in that aspect of learning about the creatures of the world. We don't need to learn about dogs and wolves and stuff, we know about that. But learning about a griffin, like this old, this what these things mean, especially because there's still a bunch of mystery that you don't know about. Like you had with the Moon Wraith earlier and how you had to deal with that one. This is a more of a mainline quest. So I guess just to be sure, it's like, look, we want to let you know what you got to do. You got to examine the area. Actually, now that I think about it, it seems weird that you would have both of them, like the Noon Wraith quest and the Griffin quest. Because the Noon Wraith is like a side quest, and it tells you how to monster hunt. Fine. The Griffin one tells you how to do it as a main quest. Why would you have both? You know, why not have the Noon Wraith come later? If you're gonna have it with the well, I have fun with both of them. I mean, right now I find this interesting. You're finding the tracks, learning about it.
Good man. Whose field is that the other side of the river?
Now, you know, I've seen things where people come to this part and they don't witness this, and you're talking to this person just standing there.
Yes.
I like how you get this little bit of dialogue here.
Out to
Like,
inspect his
what's
grain
this we're
anytime
talking
soon.
about?
What for? Harvest is a long way off yet.
It makes sense after you talk to him, but
Yes? What is it, Wolf?
Realize it's been half a year since we hunted down that fiend in Varun?
Yes. Well, that was more than a fiend. What was that bastard's name? Drugan? May the soil lie light upon him. Things used to be
I don't know
simple.
why.
Monsters
I want
were
a
bad,
game about
humans
Vesemir.
good.
I want to see Vesemir's
No.
adventures. If you look at him, he looks
Everything's all
bulkier than
confused.
other Witchers. To me,
Used
at
to be
least. Could just be
exactly
his
the
age.
same. You've just forgotten.
Do well not to point up my age. You're near a century old yourself.
But wouldn't that be interesting back before
Got
all
good
the
news and
political
bad news.
stuff and
Good news
craziness?
first.
Because in
Captain of
Vesemir's
the
time,
Nilfgaardian
it was
garrison knows
simpler.
where Yennefer
You
went.
probably may have
And
had
the
world
bad's
war
that
here
we
and there,
have to
but
kill the
for the most
Griffin
part, you
for
didn't
him.
have political machinations of
What
conquering
else
the
could I
world.
want from
Near as
two
I can
witches?
tell, as
Go
far as the
on.
Witch is concerned,
Tell me what you know.
you had the time
Griffin's
of
abandoned
the
its
humans
lair.
and the
Gotta
elves
make a
in the
lure,
beginning,
set
and
a
there's
trap.
conflicts.
And how's
And then
that
you have
going?
pretty much just standardization until roughly Geralt's, like a century into your century to
Got the
Geralt's life.
buckthorn.
Ought to work like a charm.
See this part here.
Powerful scent.
More
Like-
like stench.
City boy. Rotting meat, manure, piss. Standard smells of the
Alright, maybe the last two. The
Remember
first one, I'm
Tredegar?
sorry, the country's probably
Hunting
gonna get the
that
freshest.
Zoogle in the trash heap. You spent half the next day bathing,
Is it cool?
scrubbing yourself.
How can I forget? You ever gonna stop bringing that up?
Sorry, I know I'm talking over this, but
Learn some things. It's a
Oh, you
male,
already know all
had
this
its
stuff.
nest in the Vulpine Woods. The Nilfgaardians burned the woods down, killed its mate, smashed their eggs. Thought they'd fixed things.
It's always the same. Instead of sending for a professional, they try to do it themselves. Only
well,
end up
how many
making
Witchers
matters
are there
worse.
left? As far as I can tell,
Fine. If everything's ready,
I
say the
mean,
word and
there's
we'll
like
get
what, 5
to work.
Witchers left.
I'm ready. No point in waiting. Let's find
Now,
a good
one
spot
thing
to
I know,
ambush it.
I already,
Picked
because
one
I
out
explored
already,
around and I
other side of
found the
stream.
berries
There's
and
fields and a
whatnot.
grove. Plenty of room and far enough
Yeah,
so
see, that's
no
what you
one
look
will
at. If
get
you
in our
didn't
way.
walk in on that,
Good.
oh, it's just a little
Me
extra
there.
thing as to why he thought that. Man, Vesemir can move. Yeah, here's just making a potion. I know for a fact that you can go talk to someone else to get the potion, the berries and whatever, which I miss because I picked it up by myself. And there's an extra little like part of the quest there, just extra stuff, which I like. You don't need to do these extra things in these quests, you know? You just do them, and you get extra stuff on the side, which leads to other things. I missed it completely, but you can go to the herbalist, and that opens up a couple extra things. Not that much, but just a couple extra things. You learn a couple more about some characters. Again, nothing major, but it's nice to know it's there. And yeah, here when I was playing, I was trying to figure a couple things out. Now, I'm just going to call it right now, guys. I'm not going to wait to the end of the video for a review or anything else. I told you my preset of 3 minutes for your first hour to 3 hours, then then your 5 hours, 5 to 7 hours, and then your 10 hours. Your first 3 hours in, the game isn't hooked you. Yeah, this one has. Your first 5 to 7, that's when you probably get more to the meat of it. I stretch that to 7 hours for very, very long games, because if you're not going to be in for the long haul if you're not in that 7 hours for a long game.
A stream, amber waves of grain.
Then 10 hours.
Charming place.
At 10 hours, if the
Perfect
game
for
does
an
not
ambush.
hook you in,
I know how to
it
choose.
never will.
So, ready?
All right, you have to have the level of perseverance
Let's start.
just to be like, look, I
Wind's good.
spent money on this.
Bait
I'm
scent
going
will
to go
spread
through.
quickly.
I would say The Witcher, as
Now
like it's
all
any
we have to do
surprise,
is wait.
definitely fits all those
Come on.
criteria.
We can cower in
Alright,
the
the
shade
next
of those
thing would be the
birches.
end of it, which I don't know the full ending of The Witcher. I know it can be sad, so...
So tell me, once we find Yennefer, what'll you do? Got your eye on a contract?
No. I'll go to Kaer Morhen.
Little early to settle in for the winter.
Snows are a way off, yes. And that's what worries me. Nilfgaard's crossed the Pontar in the east. Puts them maybe a week's march from Kaer Morhen. If they reach the valley before snows can cover the passes, well, we need to cover our tracks, hide our paths. Speaking of winter and wintering, think you'll come this year?
Maybe. Might bring a guest.
Might bring a guest. Interesting enough. But I don't know if that's supposed to be some sort of foreshadowing. And here's our Griffin.
Hear that?
Now that I'm
It's
going to get a
close.
better look at it, I kind of actually like the way this
Let's
Griffin
go
looks.
give
It
it
looks
a warm
different,
welcome.
Wait.
but not
Take this.
completely different.
A crossbow.
Won it in a card game while you ran around. Might
Oh, the
come in
crossbow.
handy.
How about that? Always lectured us on the evils, but you're a gambler yourself.
Stop talking. Got a griffin to kill. Watch out!
Alright. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I did not use the crossbow properly. Took me a bit to figure... Not even that took me a bit, but I did not use it properly. I messed up a lot with it.
It's about to die!
So apparently I got the first strike in. Or maybe I'm remembering incorrectly. To my knowledge, I only took one take of this. Come on. Get around, get around. Yeah, this is one of my only issues with the combat system for The Witcher. I know a lot of it's going to be spamming dodging.
It's fast!
Oop. Because I know it's a better system than the first one.
Don't
In
let
that
it
the
get
first,
away!
in The Witcher 1, as you remember, you have the three stances: heavy, fast, and group. Which, okay, now I wish they could, and The Witcher 2 got away with that. They should have implemented a mix in this one, I think, because you have more actual monster hunts in this one, like you did in the first one. But you also have the fighting style of The Witcher 2. It would be a mix, so like, you're fighting a strong opponent, maybe switch to that style, but have different moves, as opposed to just, hit the attack button with the right style. You can keep the dodges and weaving, but have the three different styles, That is better in certain ways. Yes, what I mean. Oh. Come on. Come around. And he already landed. That was a waste of a shot. Come on. Hey, Vesemir. Alright. In all honesty, but yes, this is one of my... Ooh, taking a lot of hits here. This is one of my things that it is just a lot of spamming the dodge and weave. Which I guess for a monster makes a lot of sense. You're not going to sit there trying to do fancy moves on it. Dang it. One more hit makes it down. And just firing off through the distance. There you go. Huh. They got it. I do not like how they end anticlimactically, though. It just kind of just fell. Yeah. Not much,
Not bad. Not bad. Though you could stand to improve some things.
Such as?
For example?
Upward vertical strike. It's too obvious. But more on that later. Take the Griffin's head to the Black Ones. I'll ready our horses. Meet me at the inn.
I like how Vesemir says that. Just like this and whatnot. Because he's still your teacher no matter what. I like how they have that aspect of Vesemir. It's like, even though you're a century old, he's still your instructor and your teacher, and the closest thing Geralt has to a father. And in all honesty, I just like that aspect because he's not sitting around. "Oh, you could stand to improve a bit." He's not like has that ham-fisted "I am your teacher, you will listen." He's like, "You could stand to improve." So yeah, I'm definitely liking how they do the hunts in this. Like in the first one, it's been a while since I don't remember the hunts in the second one. But I remember in the first one, when it came to like the big hunts, like the trophy kills, more or less you just talk to the guy, tells you where it is, you go there, you kill it. It's not really doing anything special other than preparing your oils. The only complicated one was like one where you could fight both two trophies at the same time, which would get a little confusing about like where the trophy head was.
Go.
But other than that, definitely there. Like, is The Witcher 3 perfect? No. Like I said, the combat system feels a bit too leaning toward, dodging and spamming, like, dodge, attack, dodge, attack. That's how it feels to me. It's not that it's not fun. Alright, but it's not the most, intensive combat game ever. I suppose The Witcher isn't meant to be that type of game. Also, someone remind me to look up when they did push-ups and such.
Whoa.
I don't remember when they started doing push-ups as a general exercise. Now we should carry that up, but meh.
Stop.
Okay. Well, we're unstoppable. Never mind.
Oh, make way. What the hell is this?
Right.
You take me for a blind man or a fool? This grain is rotten.
No, I didn't know.
So, a fool. Damn it, you never learn. Military Codex, Article 2, Section 3. For the delivery of defective goods, 15 lashes with a knout.
Now, you see,
Make it so.
No! By the
looking
gods,
at
no!
this, you might think one thing, but the guys who can deliver 40. The commander said, we'll take 30. Okay? He gave him a chance for less.
What?
And the guy... Now, it could have been a couple things. Maybe the guy didn't know the grain was rotten.
Guess you've dropped your good uncle act.
It was no act. I extended a hand to these people. They spat on it.
Could it be because it held the sword that killed their loved ones?
Tja, a moralist. And what would
I
you
do like
in my
this. It's
stead?
an interesting thing because
Never
it's
be
true.
in your stead.
This guy,
Tell me
the
why you've
Nilfgaardians, did take over and killed many of their loved ones.
Fulfilled my
But it's
end of the
war. These guys
bargain.
didn't choose
Your
to come to
turn.
war. They're
Where'd
leaders.
Yennefer go?
This guy's trying to be good.
Vizima.
She was a day's ride
Just
from here the whole
so,
time.
I mean,
Under my nose.
it's one of those
I'd have
tough
said
things
so.
where it's like, what do you
Yes,
do?
I might
You
have.
can't just let them walk over you.
But you
But
would
if you
not
try
have
and show
killed the
if you
griffin.
try and show a level of
Tit
discipline,
for
like,
tat.
look, this is all we're asking for. All right, we'll work with you.
Halt!
And they spit on you. It's
We
like,
are
look,
not
we
done.
recognize.
It's
You couldn't
yours.
see them
This gold.
asking for less as
I
recognizing
would
what
not
they
want you
did.
to say you were inadequately
I'm taking
compensated.
this coin. Why would I turn down the coin? There's no reason to turn down the coin. Like, with other ones, there's a reason to turn a coin down. Fair enough. But this is one of those things where why would you turn the coin down? It's been a little while, as you know. I don't quite remember the last time there was one thing to turn coin down. I don't know if I did or didn't. But whether I did or didn't is irrelevant to this exact point. I know, I'm rambling a bit because, it's a little hard, I think, to talk over it. Because I'm not recording this at the same time. My setup isn't the best for that, to record at the same time as, like, my voice and the game. So it's easier at present for me. When I get some different equipment and whatnot, maybe a couple different, 2 monitors and all that type of deal, it'll be easier because I have one on one screen, one on the other, a proper microphone, all the good stuff. When I get that type of setup, it might be a little easier. Because, So it's a little hard, like I said, to record as I'm playing the game. So it's easier for me to post-record. a post-audio recording, which is what I'm basically doing right now. I try and do it at the same time, but again, I'm just rambling. Let's finish this chapter off, listen off, get out of the prologue, and then explore the world a little bit. I gotta say, though, it does look nice. I mean, if I lived in an area like that, I think I'd generally be happy in terms of just looking around. I'm sure for them it's like, it's just trees and trees. I live in a town. You know, I don't have the lights of the city or the, open green fields of the country.
That stench.
More wolves. Alright, let's take care of some business. But yeah, I was looking up, like, cooking meat and whatever. Because I know you can get raw meat. And I know that witchers can eat raw meat just fine because they don't get any diseases from it. But, there should be a thing there where at least a little option to cook. Like, an extra boost to vitality if you cook it. I mean, I know there's something that they say about where cooking, like, the more you start cooking meat makes it have less nutrients or something like that. And, fair enough. And I guess for someone who's immune to diseases and can't get diseases from, raw food. Well, this is not all that important.
Got a lump of bread today.
I've often looked up to, like, time period stuff, and honestly, I'm not sure how accurate The Witcher is, because the people don't seem stupid. Right? Like, if you look at it, the people have this thought process that peasants are all stupid, idiots, can't read or write, but we have historical documentation showing that they could.
Yennefer's in
English or Latin.
Got a few friends there, so... Something wrong?
Look around. Trouble brewing.
It's always brewing.
Who are they?
Patriots. Drinking their 7th round for Temeria. Fist starting to itch.
Don't see any Nilfgaardians.
They'll find another foe. I'll buy some provisions for the journey. Then we'll go. Geralt, we should stay out of it. Just
in all
this
honesty,
once.
if they attack you, you are staying out of it. I don't mind Vesemir's viewpoint. I get it. Witchers are supposed to, like, they're not supposed to deal with matters like that.
What happened to the lilies?
Took him down.
Took them down to hang a golden sun there now.
I cannot show Temerian colours. They'll come
You're
and
drinking
burn the
it right
tavern down.
Maybe it's true what they say. You fond of the Imperials?
You're
You
drinking in her
Nilfgaard's
pub.
whore?
Tavern. Sorry.
I'll let that pass. I know grief eats at your heart.
You know shit. They hanged my sister, dragged her out the cloister like a dog. Said Nilfgaard's no place for superstition, that they don't fear the wrath of the gods. And you, do you fear it? If not for Annie, your child would have choked on its navel string. You owe your son to my sister attending to the birth, and you don't fear the gods' wrath. You don't fear it, you cunt!
Seriously?
Leave me be!
Recognize this medallion? You know what it
Seriously.
means? Back off.
Not a single one of these people.
all right?
I like how this was. Do you know what this means?
They say witches steal young'uns. That true. What the Emperor promise you, freaks? Your own land? Like he did the elves once?
Get out, all of you.
We ain't
Well,
going
this is what
nowhere.
happens when you get a bunch of people drinking too much.
And neither are you.
They won't back down now.
I can see that.
I mean, I'm sorry. It's one thing in certain, it's like, the guy's an adventurer, you think you can take it. At this point, shouldn't at least one of them be like, nope, we're leaving? You just saw in a few seconds, most of them die. Yeah, you better be scared, lady. You better be scared. You started this. And he's starting to be nice.
It's all right. It's over.
Leave me be! Get away!
In all honesty, you know what? If you cut her head off, I would. I'm sorry, she attacked a woman
See
for
his
no
face.
fucking reason.
God save us!
Be gone.
This woman has no
Don't ever
freaking
come
excuse.
back.
So, don't ever come back. They defended you and then defended themselves.
So much for not getting involved. Come on, let's go.
I mean, people are just ungrateful. If someone stepped in to help you like that, your first thought should basically be, let me help this person. You know, let me be nice to this person.
That brawl, we didn't start it.
Excuses, excuses. You've not changed a bit.
Yen? How?
I received a report about a witcher who'd appeared in White Orchard. I knew it was you, looking for me. I might have waited until you found me, but... well, you know me. Patience has never
Here's
been my
one
strong
thing
suit.
That like,
Good to see you.
if you only
Geralt.
played the first two
I-
games, you would not know who
even embrace
Yennefer
you.
is. You'd have some
Were
idea
you
in The
not
Witcher
covered in
2,
blood?
sure. Then she
Sorry.
appears here,
Wasn't
and you get,
expecting to
it's
see
like
you.
they kind of
To
expect
be
you
honest,
just
this
to
isn't
know
at
who
all how I
she
imagined
is.
we'd meet.
As if, like,
How
look,
did you
at this
imagine
point,
it?
you probably read the books,
You
maybe
didn't
watched
imagine
the
you'd
show.
have a
Obviously,
Nilfgaardian
not long before
escort.
the show.
Don't get me wrong, Yennefer. I'm glad to see you. But I do think you owe us an explanation.
And I shall provide it. In Vizima. Ready your horses.
We can talk here. Some charming orchards nearby. In bloom even, so you almost can't smell the corpses.
A tempting proposition. Sadly, I must say no. You see, someone awaits you in Vizima. Someone who doesn't like to be kept waiting. Emperor Emir var Emrys. Or, to those on more intimate terms with him, the white flame dancing on the graves of his foes.
Doubt I number among that group. Far as I remember, last time we saw each other, he wanted to kill me.
Well, now he wishes to make you an offer.
The kind one can't refuse.
I didn't, though I could have.
Fine. Guess I'm willing to hear him out.
The Emperor of Nilfgaard, Lord of Metina, Ebbing, and Gamera, Sovereign of Nazaire and Vicovaro will feel honored, I'm sure.
What about you?
I'm going in the opposite
Sorry for being
direction.
quiet, guys.
I
my
somehow
phone just
doubt
went off,
the
so
Emperor's
I'll sort that out.
invitation mentioned me. Besides, I've got things to do at Kaer Morhen, remember?
Yeah, I remember. Thanks for your help, Vesemir. See you soon.
How's your horse? Swift?
Can't complain. Why do you ask?
I'd like to be back behind some thick city walls as soon as possible.
Okay, sorting this one out. More quiet now. But yeah, like, there's only Triss Marigold in the first one, which I've seen some arguments that Triss was supposed to represent Yennefer in the first game. Because apparently, from what I understand, her personality in the first game is a lot more like what Yennefer is supposed to be. And then that's why in The Witcher 2, she's very different. I even noticed, I'm like, wow, she's almost a completely different person. And she's more closer to Triss than in the second game than the first. Which makes me wonder, if they're going to do that, why not just have Yennefer? But yeah, I've read some of the books, so I know generally who Yennefer is.
You know, I had a dream about you recently.
Knowing you, it was probably filthy.
Just the beginning. But then...
But then...
Oh boy.
Rise now!
Now, my only thing with looking at this is, like, how did they not notice this sooner? Like, or is it, I might have missed it. Did they just literally appear 5 seconds ago? Because from what I can tell, they don't have to be that close from Geralt's medallion to be like humming. Like, yeah, we're here. Something's here. Like, the closer, the worse it gets. But this would have been interesting, like, you know, fight or whatever to have. I do like that when they have games who just have a new mechanic show just for like 1 second. Like you see that in like Sly Cooper, where they have like this one mission. Just the way the mechanics work for that one mission is that's it. The rest of the game is completely has none of that.
How big? She'll talk of this tomorrow, all right?
Not the best
After
plan,
the audience.
I don't think. After the audience.
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard, with my dear friend
You know,
Geralt
obviously,
Gregory
guys, this video is going to be a
seeking his
bit
lover,
longer because it's
the
stuck in
sorceress
cutscenes.
Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead. After many trials and tribulations, Geralt finally learned that Yen was in nearby Vizima.
Okay. And just get this randomly. I don't. I have to wonder if Geralt asked for this or just got it. Part of me wants to think he didn't ask for it because of Yennefer. But then, why would that just be a thing? I don't know.
It's
I like this guy. I don't know why. I know he's hoity-toity, but some of the hoity-toity characters just makes me laugh.
Thinkamere cares if I'm clean.
The gentleman will refer to His Imperial Majesty by his full title or not at all. The gentleman will be seated on the bergère.
The what now?
In that chair.
Alright, now, I'm well aware that...
Cletwin, please shave the gentleman's sideburns to ½ inch.
I know the Nilfgaard language is different. I don't know, that sounded French to me. What's wrong with my beard?
What's wrong with my beard? Always thought it added to my dignity.
It does. Yet it also detracts from your elegance. In Nilfgaard, we consider beards hard on the eyes. Especially beards infested with lice.
Been on the road a while. Fine, do your thing.
Tilt your head back, please, and sit still.
And prepare to answer
Now,
some questions.
I wonder, because I always remember like places like England, and I think most of Europe have like a fondness for the
I
beards.
can't think of a better time. Men turn honest when they feel a blade at their throat.
I don't know.
Morvran Vuris,
I
commander
don't know
of
why,
the
but
Alba
if you
division.
guys remember the
Before
shit,
they
watch
take
the
you
show,
in
read
to
the
see
books.
the Emperor,
I could be wrong here. I haven't read
Some
all the books.
information
This
I
guy
need
might.
you
I
to
think this
verify.
guy might be the dude with
It's
the
a
like bird
formality.
helmet.
but one that must be seen to.
All right, and now this
Sure.
is the
Paperwork's gotta be in order.
crossover save stuff from the
So,
previous games.
Geralt of Rivia, place of birth,
Now, if you just transfer over your data from
unknown,
Witcher 2,
age unknown. All
then it just fills in
insignificant
for you.
details.
You didn't have the Witcher
Let
2
us
save for time because
proceed
somehow
to
I
more
lost
recent
save data.
events. The siege of La Valette Castle. The fate of the defending commander, one Arian.
Yeah, this is where you pick what the big decisions, I guess.
We fought on opposing sides, true. Then we landed in the same dungeon. Arian escaped, set fire to the castle on his way out.
So that is how the blaze started. Our reports suggested the dragon was responsible. Moving on. You then found shelter in charming Flotsam, and from there made your way to Vergen. My question is how?
Yeah, I went with Roach.
I got out of
I've
Flotsam
seen
with
enough-
Vernon Roach, commander of the Blue Stripes, and
I've
A
seen
murderer
101
of
like
non-humans.
people
We know
like
this
make the argument
gentleman
over
well,
which one is better,
forge
Vernon Roach or
interesting
Jorvik.
alliances.
something tells me my most
Effectively,
interesting
none
is
of
yet
it
to come.
matters because, near as I
Go
can
on,
tell,
next question. Before
like
my beard grows
Jorvik
back
doesn't
in.
appear in this game,
We shall shave you again.
and
if it does.
even if you were on his
Very
side, spoilers, if you were on his side, the
The
city that you
infamous
protect still gets
summit
sacked.
at
If you're on
Lochbuie.
Roach's side, then
You
it doesn't matter what
were
happens,
there.
Temeria still falls.
And once
So,
again meddled
more or
in the
less, it doesn't
affairs
matter
of
what
the
you
mighty.
pick.
Not the way I see it. I helped a friend rescue a child.
Anais was not just any child. She was a pawn in a game you did not understand. You and Roach did not rescue her at all. At most, you moved her from one edge of the board to the other, fanning the flames of conflict.
Nilfgaard recently started a war, unprovoked. So do us both a favor and stop moralizing.
The gentleman must sit still. I'm almost done.
I'm afraid I might find that difficult. Because, from what I know, shortly afterwards you watched a defective megascope blow your friend Sheila de Tatseville to bits.
An old acquaintance, more like. Not so close that I felt bad for her, but close enough that I knew she deserved it.
He believes he alone knows what is good and what is evil, and that this gives him the right to dispense justice.
Alone?
Your comrade
No, not
Letho of
alone,
Gullet
but I think
described
Geralt
you
has a
so.
better, like,
Quite
most people.
I'd say.
My comrade, your agent.
Well, national interest calls on one to forge difficult alliances at times. Alliances with witches.
I killed him. I did. I'm sorry, I mean, he caused a lot of stuff. Whatever his reasons were.
That an ongoing alliance? What's Letho up to?
I had hoped you would answer that question.
Ah, so Letho's hiding
Oh,
from
that's
you.
right.
Must have a good reason.
Yeah, in my game I did kill
Was
him.
there a shift in national
But I know
interest
that he
might have
did something
caused
to do in
that?
this game, so I just chose the
I
answer
don't
that
know
I
where
didn't.
he is. Wouldn't tell you if I did anyway. Blade or no blade to my throat.
I believe that is all. Your signature, please, affirming you stated the whole truth and nothing but the truth on pain of imprisonment or death, etc.
I like how he just says etc., etc., like, honestly.
With these formalities seen to, I would ask the general to leave the room.
Alright,
We
we're
shall be
about to
choosing
reach the end of the
gentleman's
video here,
attire.
and
An important matter, but one
alright,
that
guys.
does not require
Now,
the
just another
general's
thing and
assistance.
whatnot. I hope all you are doing alright with this
I might have
coronavirus
given
thing.
you some
I know it's very...
So long,
it's terrible out there right
Good
now.
luck with your
Especially
audience.
around the world. I hope you're getting all the supplies you need. Hope you're following the rules, you know, stay away from each other, wash your hands, all that good stuff. Keep an eye on the news a little bit. Okay? So if you like the video, comment, subscribe. You know,
more like
I'm
I'm
here.
being
Tell me
ready
what
for
you
a
want to
wedding.
see, what you want
Were
to
that
see
so,
me do.
I would have
I should be
prepared the gentleman a
resuming
frock,
more active,
a tailcoat, or possibly a dinner
recordings
jacket.
soon.
In point of fact,
Alright,
the
until
gentleman
next time,
will
guys.
choose
I'm
from
supposed the
these
video play out,
cards.
but that's me out. Bye-bye.
Black, black, or black?
We do not like garish colors in Nilfgaard. The gentleman will tell me once he has chosen an outfit.